May the 4th be with you. I tell that joke to my grandkids every year, and they've started to almost try to beat me to sending it to me each year, so it's even funnier. But yeah, awesome. Wasn't it fun? I was sitting in my seat when I backed the truck out. Pretty excited about that. Okay, last week I told you we were short some parts, and so I sent out a request to Matt Guam at Rover Works, and they arrived post haste. I'm pretty confident I sent the email and they were like, I got a doorbell ring on my front door. Literally got them overnight, I think. If not overnight, they were, he probably mailed them before I actually paid him. But anyway, so I got enough to fasten the seat down. So we're set. We can finish that piece. Awesome. Matt, thank you very much. That was awesome. Appreciate you getting that out to me quickly. Today, we need to look at the dash pieces. I kind of teased you last week and said I was going to do some dash pieces, but then I didn't. So I'm going to do dash pieces this week. So I'm going to set up the table and get the pieces off the shelf. So there's so many pieces, interior pieces up here. And then on the back side on another shelf, I've got all the other bits. There's the top, and then the binnacle. Got some stuff. Not putting the whole dash in today, but I'm gonna get it out and check out on its condition. I did that work over a year ago now, I guess. And I'm just gonna check to make sure what I did worked. And if it needs a touch up with another coat of clear over the top, we'll do that today too. So next, on to setting up a table and getting the parts sorted out and brought out here. All right, let's get started. Okay, lots of parts. Didn't get all of the parts out because I'm not ready to do door cards, I don't think. I know I'm not ready to do door cards in the back. Wait, can we do door cards? We're not running wires past door cards. We could do door cards. We could do door cards. All right, we'll think about doing door cards. All right, so this is where we are. This is where we started out. If you'll remember, the original color was something close to this. Get a good color of that. And then we went with a brown. Yeah, I was into brown that week. All right, but everything is pretty dusty. So we're gonna get that all cleaned off. We'll get some cleaner and some sorting it out. That one turned out kind of weird, so we're gonna have to rub that one a piece, see what happened there. But here's the radio binnacle. Ready parts here. There's my USB charger stuff with the voltage meter built in, so it tells me how the battery's doing right there on the dash. That would be helpful because then I could use lights and stuff. So, and then the center console, same thing. I put a thing in the back. Oh, knees! I put one in the back for it too, just in case the passengers want to see it. And so, cigar, anyone? So we're all set there. All right, this has some damage from sitting on the grate and getting moved a couple of times. So we'll clean these parts all off and get them recoated maybe if we need to. So that's next. Okay, here we are. Got it set up. I found this. This had a nasty crack in it. You can see it along here. And I glued that. And anyway, but this is probably the best piece, except the backside got a mat or something stuck to it, and it took off on the deal. So that's gonna have to all be cleaned off and repainted. unfortunately. This is not going to be installed today, I don't think. But the rest of this dash, as rough as it was before, is now at least covered with something. I wanted to talk about my mounting system. I did do a whole video about that before, but I got a bullet point mounting system, as you can see. I got the tablet and I've got the cell phone connector. I use this cell phone connector in my Ford F-150 every day, so it works great. It hasn't failed yet, and I've had it for years, so it's good product, good kit. I built a special base for this to mount across here. So I had a piece of metal, formed it, I got all the bolts attached to it correctly so it'll hold this down. This ain't going anywhere. Probably kill the passenger that hits it. Looking forward to that SALT lawsuit. Got my instrument panel. It's all sorted. Pretty dusty. I already wiped it off or blew it off once, so it needs another kind of rub down. So we're gonna get some rags going here. Need to get some of this dirt off, and then we'll see where we stand when we get done with that. I may or may not be using some not outside approved rags that are normally used inside the house from Mrs. Okierover's kit. Dead mosquito. Yeah, when you get 7 inches of rain in a week and set a state record for a month, mosquitoes start early. So yeah, we got the mosquitoes already rocking us. Oh, tip on the binnacle. I got binnacle lights. So to get rid of the annoying lights from the back that were giving me so much trouble, like, you know, ABS and those kind of things, because you know those don't work, and you saw the condition of the cables from a video back. Those are all gonna have to be replaced or rewired or something, because they look terrible. They were broken in places, and no wonder my ABS faults were set off, because the sensors weren't working. So that's where we are on that. So the back side of the binnacle has lights here. I'm surprised I have lights in there. I think I put them back. I must have put them back. I'm a little surprised I put them back, because I have a whole kit of them over here. So I bought a bunch. Again, I bought those from Matt Guam. Guam, G-A-U-M. I keep saying Guam because I lived on Guam, but it's Guam. Anyway, and hopefully he'll correct me if I'm wrong and he sees my video. That's the gist of it. So yeah, so I've got all my lights back in there where they weren't before. I believe these need bulbs or something. That's weird. Is that a twist turn bulb thing? I'll have to look at this. I don't remember what happened on the back of this. Looks like there's supposed to be a bulb plugged in there. I don't know why. It'd be in the back. I don't know. Don't know on that one. Something lights the front of this up, so I assume that's them. But we'll get that sorted out when we get it plugged back in. So, all right, that's it. On to cleaning now. Oh, there's my official mileage for the Range Rover, 262. Okay, let's shoot that scene all over again because I didn't have the starter going. All right, that cleaned up pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, 2 rub downs. It's still wet in some spots. I'm gonna let those dry. And then once those are dried off, we're gonna put it on the paint table, and then we'll give it a coat of paint. We'll cover all of our hardware and the leather on this just so it doesn't get buggered by paint again, or actually sealant. This is the clear sealant. So I'm gonna put another coat of clear sealant on it because the last time I put it on there may or may not have been the optimal conditions for this painting. I think I was rushing it. If I remember, it was cold maybe. If it wasn't cold, it was 107, and it was 205% humidity. So yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, on to that task now. Okay, that's the idea. Anyway, so that's the idea. Okay, so we've got it covered. When you watched the video, and I went over it twice. Or unless you skipped ahead. I don't know. Anyway, so everything's wet. Nobody went away hungry. Got everything. Yes, I got some runs. I don't care. It's not a show truck. I just don't want this to look like crap. So, all right, that's gonna dry. It should dry matte clear. So it should dry matte. So it shouldn't be shiny. So that's shiny now. Shouldn't be shiny when we're done. That's the dream anyway. So, okay, we're gonna do some more parts and get us in a better state of getting ready to go in the vehicle once everything gets good and dried off. Yes, good and dried off. Where am I going? Oh, tick. Oh, I hate ticks. Where did I get a damn tick from? Oh, I hate ticks. Yeah, wander around, you're about to get a hammer. Yeah, Lone Star tick. Freaking, felt it crawling around on my chest. We had a tick infestation too because, you know, the creek flooded, and once the creek flooded, oh damn it, I lost the son of a bitch. Once the creek flooded, it was hard to, there he is. It was hard to keep the ticks where they belong down by the creek. So anyway, all right, welcome to hell.
I will see you in hell!
I didn't need to hit it that many times, but it was satisfying. All right, off, here we go. All right, I can't believe we get a tick on my chest. Under my shirt, how on earth? Okay, as per usual, I had to make a hardware store stop in the middle of a project. Ran out of clear. I thought I had 2 cans, I only had 1, so. Okay, here we are. All right, we got the pieces all covered. 1 more coat each. That's the dash. So the main concern on the dash was the UV damage. This thing was starting to really fall apart and get crunchy. You can see it really closely here. It's just powder. I mean, it's really powdery. A little bit more here and there too. So, and then you saw in an earlier video that these just disintegrated. So I've replaced those with printed parts. The rest of the pieces, I gave everybody a 1 more over, and they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Now, the rest. All right, door cards, some underbody, behind the seat pillar, under seat pieces. That's the last of it, really. Everything else is either going to be replaced. Let me think through that. Yeah, that's probably not going back in. And then the rest of the pieces over here are cosmetic underneaths. That's in the back. Those don't get painted. Here's some door holders. Those are going back in. They're all right. Then that's going back on, but that's not got painted. Oh, forgot about this piece. Oops. Okay, got to do this one. I'll do it with the others. This is the one that holds my book and all my insurance and all that kind of stuff. So that'll get done over here with the rest of these. Probably tomorrow. Yes, that's right. As you're well aware and probably figured out by now, I work a real job during the day and have trouble getting everything done. that I need to get done in the days that get done. So I'm sorry, I'm struggling to lift this piece. Yeah, so I try to do this on weekends, and so the weekends get pretty busy, and then I got to do stuff, and it's graduation time. So we got one of our grandkids, Cadence, is graduating, so there's lots of family activities this week and last week and next week and probably the week after. Good God knows, I don't know. And we're gonna squeeze in a Mother's Day next weekend. Oh boy. Anyway, but I'll have that covered because I'll have a couple of these in the can and ready to publish ahead. So we'll have a few weeks ahead. That's where we're at. I think the weather's good for a little while. Everything's starting to drain off. It's been pretty crazy. The trailer, I'll put a couple of pictures in from the neighborhood here. You'll enjoy, and basically that's it. I think that's all I can talk about for now. I'm gonna go ahead and button this one up. We'll get this one out, and we'll have one more video. I may do I don't know on that. You'll have to see. Probably installation of all this stuff would be the next video. I'll probably do the rest of this stuff off camera because it's hard to do, and you don't care. I'm just spraying stuff. Anyway, I'll get that done, and then next video will probably be installation, which probably might be tomorrow, maybe even, who knows, if it's not raining. So, all right, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the comments, everybody. I got a few more subscribers. I'm over 200 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. I had my 700th post on my website last week. Official posts. I probably have more than that because there's some I didn't post. But yeah, it's good times to be alive. Yeah. All right. May the 4th be with you, and have a good rest of your week. And where's the thing?